Yeah. Glitch the guarantee. E&E. With your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gold. You get in this place. E&E the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game. I storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I've been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit. I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough. You need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy. When it's sick of me, I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy, but still blowing palmers. Info comes to Hennessy. E&E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through transparency. Hurting self-esteem, low insecurities. Now or never, like Glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the scene, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Put fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E&E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double.
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shine the king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shade the extras, that's business starter feed. Street blues, what I talk, boy, your blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, firm, gully mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane non-stop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we begging pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they need pardon. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is holla mellow. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is playing. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot. No vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pull the jokers out the deck. Yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VBS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga.
Let's go. Yeah. What up? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's the guy, Virgil, aka Stacks with the Facts. You did. And y'all definitely tuned in to another episode of A Real Talk Podcast, man. You know what I'm talking about? What's good with y'all? How y'all doing, man? What's going on, man? You hear me? How you doing, man? How your mama doing? What's going on with y'all? You did? What it do, man? You hear me? Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV 1 and Red Supreme TV 2. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that Red Supreme TV 2. Also, Make sure y'all go subscribe to that A Real Talk pod class. You hear me? The other situation. You did. Think I'm gonna do something special over there on Saturday, man. You hear me? Y'all go check out that pre-recorded video I just put out, man, on this page right here. I think we're going to expound on that a little bit on Saturday, man, over there on A Real Talk pod class. It's a serious situation. Let's go. Hey, how y'all doing today? You did? We all woke up whenever we did earlier today, and we've been awake ever since. So we already got the victory and the glory. We already won. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, we're going to get to it tonight, man. Right? We going to get to it tonight. How y'all like last night's show, man? You know what I'm saying? It's always a beautiful thing when my brother King Els come through. You did. You know what I'm saying? We always chop it up real good. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Rest in the essence to Tyree Nichols, man. I'm going to expound on that, too. On Saturday, we're going to go over there over A Real Talk podcast, and we're going to chop it up, man. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Crazy, man. Rest in essence to that brother. But yeah, last night, me and my brother King Els, we definitely got straight to it. You know what I'm saying? We definitely did. It's a beautiful conversation, man, like we always do on E&E Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I say, I think that's probably about all you're going to hear from me on the Passport Bro subject, except for, now see, this aspect of the Passport Bros, how can I say it, wave, if you would. This is a different aspect we're going to talk about on Saturday. Because, I mean, it's pertaining to the Passport Bros, but it's not directly about Passport Bros. It's a result of Passport Bro. So we're going to get into that on this Saturday over here on A Real Talk podcast. You know what I mean? That's what we're going to do. Y'all see it scrolling across the screen right now. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and take the ticker off real quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take the ticker off real quick, and then I'm going to just post it like that. You know what I'm talking about? Let me see this real quick. Let me just take the ticker off real quick, and we're just going to do this real quick. You hear me? Hold on, let me do this right here real quick, too. Yeah, man, you know what I mean, y'all? We're going to get to it, man. Yeah, man. Let me put it right here so y'all can get it right here, too. The other situation right here, you know what I mean? Y'all can go over there and subscribe to this joint, too. You know what I'm saying? We got a little bit of content over there. We're going to go in over there on Saturday as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go over there and subscribe, like, share, and comment right now. You know what I'm talking about? You know? Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody tapping in with us tonight. Yeah. So tonight, right? Tonight we talking about something that I speak on periodically, right? Frequently. Something I've been telling y'all about, right? Go on over there to A Real Talk podcast right now, man. Tap on that link, man, and go subscribe to the page right now, man. You hear me? Go ahead, subscribe to that other page. Right now, I've been telling y'all about this social credit system for a long time now, right? And people who tap in with my content before I started coming on YouTube real heavy from off of Facebook and Instagram and, you know what I'm saying, all doing the Zoom meetings and all that crazy stuff during the pandemic. It amazes me how many people are not aware of this. You know what I'm saying? And this has been going on in China and in that region of the world for quite some time now, man. You hear me? Quite some time now. OG, what it do, man? Y'all make sure y'all sit up there and say what's up to the homie OG, man. You know what I mean? OG, what you know about these social credit systems, brother? You know? And, this actually has been going on in Southeast Asia, right? For quite some time now, man. Maybe some of y'all have heard of the ghost cities in China. Y'all familiar with that? Y'all familiar with the ghost cities they got out there in China? What's going on with this, man? Yeah, hold on. Let me do this real quick, y'all. Let me do this. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, man, I'm about to put y'all up on game as I always do. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm here to do. Put y'all up on game as usual. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all hip to the ghost cities in China, right? You hear me?
High-rise apartments stretch into the sky. Traffic lights flash.
Oh, damn. It's crazy. Hold on real quick, y'all. Yeah, man. Ghost cities. Y'all hip? Ghost cities. There are literally huge cities in China, all over China, too. I'm talking about huge cities, vast cities. Y'all go look into it. Oh, you watched it last night, OG? I tried to tell you, man. Now you see why I got the thumbnail that I got for the pay for tonight's show? In China, they have huge ghost cities, what they call ghost cities, that they have constructed. The Chinese government has been constructing these cities in rural areas of China for the past 15 to 20 years. Huge cities with massive thoroughfares and massive epicenter downtown metropolitan areas. No one lives in these cities. I'm talking about cities the size of Dayton, Ohio. No one lives there. What are the Chinese government preparing for? Right? And also in China, and I want y'all to know the reason why the focus is on China is because the Chinese government, which is ran by the infamous Li family or Lai family, L-I, y'all better do your research. Xi Jinping. Yeah, I know who you is over there, Xi Jinping. I know who your peoples is, man. You ain't fooling me. Anyway, over in China, they have implemented social credit systems whereby how you carry yourself, how you behave in society. Because don't get it mistaken, cities like Shanghai, cities like Beijing, cities like Macau, and all those other big, huge cities all over China with their 1+ billion population. They have numerous cities where populations exceed 2-3 million, 10 million, right? They have numerous cities like this in China. Most of the people who live in China are concentrated on the coasts, that's where their huge cities are, like Tokyo, or should I say like Beijing, like Macau, you know what I'm saying? Like Shanghai, you hear me? Like Jiayu or whatever them cities is called over there. Yeah, man. Social credit systems. OG, what did you think about NOSEDIVE, man? Now you see why I've been telling y'all to go watch that? That is the exact society that we are headed towards. I dare say we're already in, right? Now, they got some real strict copyright situations going on now, y'all, and I want to show y'all the trailer to NOSEDIVE so bad. I have before, but they are really cracking down on that stuff, man. And I told y'all the unintelligent artificial intelligence is at work. And, YouTube got new guidelines, man. Them trailers, man. That stuff will get you flagged, man. I want to play it for y'all. When I say play it, I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to see it for yourselves. But so what I encourage y'all to do is go on your phone, your computer, whatever device you're using. Go to your YouTube search engine and type in Black Mirror NOSEDIVE. And look at that trailer, man. Look at that trailer, y'all. Look at that trailer for NOSEDIVE, man. You hear me? Y'all look at that trailer for NOSEDIVE. And watch that episode. You hear me? And that is the very society that we are headed towards, if I dare say not in right now. You hear me? I'm gonna come back up, y'all. I'm about to roll up real quick. Hold on, I want y'all to listen to this real quick. So I can play the audio, but I could play the video, but I ain't trying to get unnecessarily flagged.
In this world, we're all so caught up in our own heads. It's easy to lose sight of what's real.
You said you don't know how much time there is. What does that mean?
Oh, that's not even it.
NOSEDIVE. NOSEDIVE is a satire on acceptance and the image of ourselves we like to portray and project to others. It stars Bryce Dallas Howard, who's fantastic, and she's playing a character called Lacey.
She's a dope actress. She reminds you of Jessica Chastain.
Trying to please everyone.
Lacey is lost. She's lost herself in this world where she thinks that her value is equivalent to her points.
2 stars? 2 stars?
Wasn't a meaningful encounter.
Everyone is a little bit heightened and false because everyone's terrified of being marked down because the consequences of that are unpleasant. So it's basically the world we live in.
You hear me? Y'all go watch that episode on Netflix, man. Black Mirror. Go watch that. Exactly, OG. That's what I'm talking about with y'all. That's where we're headed. That's the social credit system that's going on in China right now. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up for y'all, man. You know, I'm sitting up here trying to twist up my goddamn Joseph. You know what I'm talking about? I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up for y'all though. Oh, that's who she is, OG? Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, that's what's up. That is his daughter. She even look like you now that I'm looking too. That's what's up. We're looking out for that little fun fact, OG. Right? All right, I'm about to show y'all some of my old content. You hear me? I'm about to show it to y'all real quick, man. When I was in the Ohio Media School, I'm about to come up when I tell y'all this real quick, right? When I was in the Ohio Media School, right, I had an assignment I had to do, right? I'm going to call a mobile media package, right? I'm about to show y'all right now because this is perfect alignment with what we're discussing tonight. You know what I'm saying? I showed this before at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? This is me getting my reporter down. This is Virgil Berry with Real Talk News. I'm down here in the short north showing you guys these new murals on display using the new technology called augmented reality. The short north has been testing grounds for new innovative art for years. This new art being fused with this new technology is a mystery to most people. I'm not really familiar with what he did, but not the style of painting. But I watched him paint it. I sat here while panhandling and watched them put together. You know? Augmented reality artificial intelligence technology being fused with artwork originated in Japan and China. Now it's here in Columbus, and there's a lot of mixed responses to it.
I personally, I don't know about them, but I think augmented reality mixed with artwork is really cool. I think that the skill set and the creativity that goes into creating augmented reality is an art form, so I think it makes sense for them to be combined, especially in something like this that's outdoor, but you can still like view it as an augmented reality. That's really, really cool to combine into like real life and something you can make up or pull out of your mind. I think that's really, really awesome.
It's clear to see that artificial intelligence is a new technology that's coming in. And it's cool and creative the way they're mixing it with art in the community. This is Virgil Berry signing off for Real Talk News. Hey, Real Talk News, we're going to bring that back to y'all, man. You hear me? We're going to bring that Real Talk News back. You did? Shout out to my brother Red Supreme TV1, man. Hey, we're going to bring that Real Talk News back live on the scene. You know what I'm talking about? Bringing y'all these ghetto news. You hear me? Giving y'all the real news. Right? Now, I know a lot of y'all probably thinking like, well, what does that got to do with social credit system, right? Right? Augmented reality, mixed reality is going to be the basis and the foundation of this new society that we're being indoctrinated with. And the reason why I just showed y'all about that augmented reality, mixed reality, because that has a lot to do with bringing in the social credit system. Right? A lot to do with it, y'all. And I'm about to show y'all right now. Right? China is spearheading this. Right? The social credit system, where how you behave and how you conduct yourself in society is going to determine what are you allowed to do in society. What do you have access to in society? Where are your limitations? Where do you live? Where do you work? Assigned housing, assigned employment. This is what all of this stuff going on is about, y'all. Y'all see how even here in America, and this has been going on in China for a while now, even now here in America, and this is why I be telling y'all about UN Agenda 2030. Even here in America, all across America, especially in the rural areas, you're starting to see these apartments just pop up out of nowhere. 4, 5, 6-story, 6-level buildings, all similar, all looking the same layout, the same floor plans, 1 and 2 bedrooms, stacked on top of each other. Stack them, pack them. Housing is going on all over America. I know it because I've traveled since I've been home and I've seen it. I was just in D.C. They're doing the same thing in D.C. Just apartments just popping up everywhere, right? I want y'all to understand that this is all part of UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability, right? At the same time, right, it's setting up the smart grid, the metaverse. You understand what I'm saying? This social credit system, we already been indoctrinated with it through and via social engineering, or what y'all call social media. We already have been subject and have desensitized ourselves to the opinions of others. So much so that a lot of us live our lives based off of what we are portraying ourselves as or being accepted as being through our residual self-images of the avatars on social engineering, social media, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. You hear me? Or whatever social engineering platform you decide to use, Truth Social, WIMKIN Free Speech, Rumble, Tumblr, Pinterest, whatever, all of it, man. It's all social engineering, right? I better get up on this, man. This is coming to America, man. Surprised how many of y'all ain't hip to this, man. You hear me?
Hi, I'm Kevin Roach. I'm a professor here at CSC. I am going to be guiding you along a journey of getting it.
This was 3 years ago, y'all.
So, picture your life in a place where everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked. The government gives you a score, and the score is a measure of how trustworthy you are as a citizen and determines what you're allowed to do, like ever. Boarding a train, getting a mortgage, all goes back to this score. It's called social
Lance Parker, what it do, man?
It sounds like that show Black Mirror, but it's actually happening in China. So how does that change you? Does it change you? What does your life look like when your every move is watched? The system's eyes are in big data, artificial intelligence, and roughly 200 million surveillance cameras. And that's totally fine with Ouyang Haoyu. She's 21, graduated from a good school with solid grades. She's diligent. She's nice. No surprise, she's a 752. That's her rating with Sesame Credit, a private company working with the government on the algorithms for the social credit system. The scores go from 350 to 950 and are based on habits and behavior. Buy clothes or diapers, it's good. A lot of alcohol, too many video games, not so good. Haoyu's 752 puts her in model citizen range and gets her discounts and privileges, like using a shared bike without a deposit. She likes it. Her friends do too. They all have pretty high scores.
It's a mechanism like pushes you to become a better citizen, to build on the trust, especially on the Chinese market.
Because you're not going to be punished if you haven't done anything wrong.
I think that's the point. I think the system is working as a warning or an alert
to push people to do it, to be a good person.
And it's mandatory. When it goes national, social credit scores will be assigned to everyone.
Oh, it's coming, OG.
For life.
I believe this year.
So many people seem okay with it. It's complicated, but China went from extreme poverty to economic giant pretty quickly. The credit history system didn't grow at the same pace, so people would default on loans and get away with it. Add in scandals around fake food, tainted baby milk, counterfeit goods, and what you've got is a big problem with trust. So, in 2014, the Communist Party called for a system to allow the trustworthy to roam everywhere under heaven while making it hard for the discredited to take a single step. The model is a...
Did y'all hear that? Are y'all listening to this? This is a story from 3 years ago. Right? And I've been sitting here telling y'all about this for a long time, man. Those who've been tapping in with me, you feel me? Y'all know I've been sitting up here telling y'all about this for a long time now, right? This is why I keep telling y'all to watch that episode of Netflix called NOSEDIVE, right? This is why I keep telling y'all to watch that. I don't know what the hell I'll sit up there and do it, man. Oh, the hell I done did. That's what I did. My bad, y'all. But yeah, it's on the way here. Y'all can believe that. Don't make no mistakes about that. It's on the way. You can believe. Do y'all see how we are being desensitized and pre-programmed for it via social engineering like Facebook and Instagram and all the things I just said, right? All of these things are preemptively programming us to see this in our society. This whole thing about recording everything, right? This is perceptually preparing us for exactly what's going on in China, where every aspect of our lives is going to be surveilled. We're going to be on camera down there 24 hours a day. You're going to be judged, right? Or should I say, what you are going to be allowed to do and have access to: healthcare, food, transportation, employment, housing, is going to be determined on how you act in society. Huh? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Let's go.
A place called Rongcheng. It's in Shandong province. It's orderly. Streets are spotless. Cars slow down, which is unheard of in China. Words like honesty and credibility appear on propaganda posters. Display cases show pictures of Rongcheng's most honored citizens. You start with 1,000 points, and you can print out your report anytime. You lose points for things like jaywalking, littering, tossing cigarette butts, or spreading rumors.
Spreading rumors?
Do a lot of the surveillance work, but it's pretty analog too, like posters that list the ways you can gain or lose points. And each night, Jinguan local TV shows the surveillance highlights of the day. And then there's Joanne.
Big Brother, the Ministry of Truth. Man, I'm sitting up here trying to tell y'all, man.
Like the man who carried a drunk person home. Things like this are good deeds, she said. But the farmer overheard swearing and being rude. Yeah, bad deeds. Her quota is 10 a month. She likes the work, thinks the city's better for it. The thing about the social credit system is that there isn't one single system. Not yet. Different places have different rules. So what do you do if you have bad social credit? Well, for one, you talk about it on Weibo, which is like Twitter. There are forums for discredited people to vent and get advice.
Man, y'all better pay attention to this, man. Exactly. Like how they doing right now. We already being preemptively programmed for this. Through social engineering like Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. Now on YouTube, world heavy. Huh? What you gonna be allowed to do and have access to in society is gonna be determined on how you act, how you behave, how you carry yourself, how you comply and acquiesce to policy. Why do y'all think our societies on a global scale are being allowed to run rampant? Crime is at an all-time high globally. Not just in America. They are allowing this stuff to happen so they can bring this stuff in. Order out of chaos, order ab cow. Right? Man, this stuff is serious, man. Tap in and walk with your God, man. I'm telling y'all, I'm bringing y'all this stuff and breaking it down from a perspective that most people ain't even gonna be talking about stuff like that. They should be worried about female nature and all that bullshit.
In Chongqing, we hooked up with Huang Weijun. He had a business until he was sued by a client, and Huang refused to pay 90 grand to settle it.
Damn.
So the court put him on a social credit blacklist, and things got way worse.
Pay attention.
He explains that being blacklisted means he can't buy airplane or train tickets. When he tries, a message pops up saying he's discredited.
Huh?
By the end of last year, blacklisted people were blocked from booking 23 million flights and 5 million high-speed train trips.
Did y'all hear that? Virgil 85 was good. I'm going to rewind that. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to rewind that. The social credit systems are here, man.
Blacklisted means he can't buy airplane or train tickets.
This guy owned a business. And through some type of situation with a customer client, he got sued and he refused to pay. So he got put on the social credit debit probation. He wasn't allowed to buy airplane tickets. He wasn't allowed to buy train tickets. How you act and behave in society is going to determine what you can do, what you can have access to in society. They're doing this in China right now and have been for at least the past 5 to 7 years. This is why I keep telling y'all to go watch that episode of Black Mirror called NOSEDIVE. Go watch that, man. That is exactly the society that is coming into fruition actually and right now, real time in China, soon to be all over the world. And look at this area, look at Japan, look at China, look at these cities in Southeast Asia are more technologically advanced than any other cities and regions on planet Earth. And they are the model for the global structure system that's brought in right now. See, they can get away with it in a place like China, because China never was a democratic government. It's been a dictatorship, socialist government over there for I don't know how long. See, they operate under the disguise of so-called democratic structure because they got a president or whatever. But Xi Jinping, y'all better do some research into who his family is, who he's related to. He's a descendant of the infamous long history having Li family. Out of Asia, out of China. You did? Social credit systems is coming, baby. They're here. I can't even say they coming. They're here. It's only a matter of time for them to be here in America. Let's go.
When he tries, a message pops up saying he's discredited. By the end of last year, blacklisted people were blocked from booking 23 million flights and 5 million high-speed trains.
23 million flights and over 5 million high-speed trains. This is a total of down near 30 million. Man, do y'all understand this, man? This is down near a total of 30 million Chinese citizens back in 2017 who were denied access to using the train and booking flights simply because of how their social credit score was not good enough. Y'all better pay attention to that. And this has been going on in China for, like I say, 5 to 7 years now. They way ahead of the game. They have lowered their crime, reduced emissions. So, man, y'all better pay attention to what's going on with this stuff, man. I can't even say they coming. They're here. And if it's going on in China, it's a matter of time before it's happening over here in America. That's a fact. Y'all better follow the political trends. Let's go.
Trips, and the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job, a loan, a hotel room, or put kids in certain schools.
Man, did y'all hear that?
3 million flights and 5 million high-speed train trips, and the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job, a loan, a hotel room, or put kids in certain schools.
Man, do y'all hear this? This is something that's been going on in China for a while now, y'all. This ain't like recent. This ain't like something that just happened no, this has been going on for damn near 10 years. And this is why they got all these ghost cities in China. Social credit system. George Orwell, 1984, The Ministry of Truth. Another movie I always tell y'all about, Equilibrium, starring Taye Diggs and Christian Bale. Y'all ever seen that movie, Equilibrium? Same thing, same premise, same dystopian society. Right? Y'all understand the game I'm putting y'all up on right now? That's already kind of happening in America right now, too. Think about what was going on during Schmoment Spleighteen. Equilibrium was a dope movie, right, LG? Right, dope movie. Y'all go check it out, man. Go check that movie Equilibrium out, starring Taye Diggs and Christian Bale, Who playing it? Angus McFadden plays in it. Who else playing it? My man Sean Bean plays in it. Sean Bean from Lord of the Rings and from played in that one ill-ass British movie, man. What was it called? The British Special Forces movie. Oh, what was that movie he played in called, man? It was dope. Anyway, he's a dope-ass actor, man. I actually sampled that on my song Dreams. You hear me? I actually sampled on the outro, on the end part of the song I got called Dreams, y'all. There's a part on the song when it's ending where I have a clip playing. And it says, I'm gonna just play it for y'all real quick. You already know, number one fly guy, man. You already know, bro. This is my 614 brother in the house, my brother, number one fly guy. You already know I'm gonna come with the real content, bruh. So we creating actual content, thought-provoking, actual content, not just pulling stuff out of the ethers and stats and female nature and all this rigmarole. Not knocking that, but I'm just saying it's more important shit going on than that, like these social credit systems that's coming in. Like how we already been preemptively programmed perceptually for this stuff to be happening in real time via social engineering, right? And it's going on right now. Even in America, it's going on to some degrees and extent. Think about what was going on during Schmoment Splintine. Think about it. Brownie, what's up, baby? How you doing, beautiful? We got my baby Brownie Ellie in the building, man. Y'all go over there and subscribe to Brownie Ellie, man. She be kicking it over there. You know what I'm saying? They be chopping it up over there, man. She be talking about some interesting topics, man. Y'all go over there and support baby girl, man, with her sexy, fine, beautiful self. You know what I'm talking about? Might have to get you on over here one of these days, Brownie, man, and do an interview, man, if you up for that. You hear me? Y'all go over there and subscribe to my beautiful Brownie. You know, so all y'all girls wearing y'all natural hair. She got the natural hair tutorials over there. She a down-to-earth chick. She don't think too much of herself. You know what I'm saying? She real cool. You know, I'm toned back. You already know, Brownie Ellie, man. I told you I got my eye on you, girl. You hear me? You already know, Brownie, listen here. Send me an email, Brownie. You know? You know, you can see me an email. Hold on, I think I got it on my what's the name list too. Oh yeah, there go my Facebook right there too, man. Hold on, Brownie, you be on Instagram though, huh? Well, you just send me an email. I ain't even got it in here anyway, so no matter. Just send me an email, Brownie. We'll discuss it. You know what I'm saying? Have Brownie come on the show and interview Brownie. Think it'll be a beautiful thing, man. Us up and coming content creators. We have to interact with each other. We have to do business with each other. We have to give each other shine. We creating a new space here, y'all. We creating a new space here, y'all. I told y'all we can make the Matrix do as we see fit. Right? And in order to create a new space opposite of this fuckery and rigmarole going on right now amongst what is considered to be black YouTube, how about us real ones amongst us black ones make a whole different sector, because that shit is dead, like how the so-called black community is dead. We gotta create some new shit. You hear me? Shout out to my brother, number one fly guy in the building, representing the 614 with me. Social credit systems right here in America. Think about what was going on during Schmoment Splintine, right? people were being threatened, or some people lost their jobs. Some people lost their certain benefits, or being threatened with such if you didn't get poked up with the Schmack's juice, right? Y'all remember that? Think about how if you are one of these people, mostly females, who are on welfare and you get public assistance, think of the things that you are not allowed to do in order to receive these so-called benefits. See, we already been preemptively programming, desensitized and conditioned to experience this in our actual reality and society, day-to-day life. We already ready for it. We've been perceptually programmed for it. Think about how back in the day when they brought in, let me show y'all how far this goes back. And this is all being done to culminate and lead up to what's happening now with the social credit system. All of this stuff with the welfare and public assistance and all of this stuff has strategically been placed and planned to happen to bring us to where we are today, social credit systems. Think about it. When they brought in this whole idea of feminism, sexual freedom, women's rights and all that crazy stuff, civil rights and all that crazy stuff, right? They also brought in with it the dependency of the people, the so-called poor, unfortunate, less fortunate, poverty living people. In order for y'all to receive benefits, y'all have to comply, acquiesce to certain parameters and rules. Case in point, take fathers out of the home. In order for these chicks to get this public assistance, they had to have a house where no man was living there. This ain't just for black women either, though. Y'all got to understand there's way more white women in America on welfare than it is black women. Ugh. This is where the program starts. This is where it begins. This is its foundation and its beginning, right? Let me put my joy over sitting over here higher than the giraffe. I am, Mike. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, let me put my other banner back on real quick, man. Yeah. You already know what it is, man, right? We've been already preemptively programmed and desensitized to this stuff, man. And we are primed and prepped for it. We all got a phone. We are being tracked, monitored, and surveilled through our phones. Everybody's phone has GPS capability, which means you are being tracked. You're being traced. Remember how during Moment 19, they told us that they tried to hit us with the track and trace agenda, which is actually implemented right now. It has been. It's got to give us the illusion as if we have a say-so in it by speaking about it in the manner as which, if we're asked if we want it or not, when in all actuality, it's happening. We're being tracked. We're being traced through our various devices. I dare say even through our actual bodies. That's another topic for another day, though. Social credit systems, right? Hold on, y'all.
Then there's the public shaming, photo galleries of blacklisted citizens. There's even an app that shows who around you is in debt. In China,
back that up.
Or put kids in certain schools. Then there's the public shaming, photo galleries of blacklisted citizens. There's even an app that shows who around you is in debt. In China, being monitored
Did y'all hear that? I'm telling y'all, man, this is going on in Beijing.
They're constantly monitored by facial recognition cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name. Now the Chinese are also ranked, given a mark out of a possible 950 points. A score in the 700s is considered good. Around the 500 mark is not.
Now pay attention to that, y'all. Y'all see how we are being indoctrinated with this system, this credit score system. This is why they try to encourage us all to improve and increase our credit. Do y'all understand if you have a certain score, credit score, that you will not have access to certain stuff, like how we don't now? See how we already been, listen, man. We've already been preemptively programmed for this, y'all. We've already been preemptively programmed for this. It's just about to be implemented in a way in which we're not physically, societally, actually prepared for. See, when they first was bringing it in, they experimented with various sections of society. And this was to create a caste hierarchy amongst us. If you're not in the less than 1%, I want y'all to know something, man. And this is another topic for another day as well. If you are not a bloodline relative of, you're not a bloodline relative relation descendant of the less than 1% that run this world, this reality, you fool. You are considered the proletariat. I don't care how much money you got. In the social credit system that's coming in, that's here, is going to be the very system. Now think about this, man. You got the social credit system coming in, right? You got the smart grid coming in. You got the metaverse coming in. You got UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability been happening for at least 20 years. You have the centralization of every major industry on this planet: finance, entertainment, sports, education, industry, all, you hear me? All is being consolidated. Are y'all really paying attention to what's going on for real? And, you know, being distracted, man. Big distraction. Big distraction. Right? Social credit systems. Oh, I got some more audio for y'all, man. Tap in. Let's go.
For now, the number is a sort of bank credit rating, keeping track of everyone's spending habits.
Did y'all hear when the guy on the other video said that this system, this social credit system from your phone, it will show you through an app that's going to show you, right, who in a certain circumference distance of you is in debt, what their number scores is. Y'all better pay attention. I'm telling y'all, go watch Black Mirror on Netflix, season 3, episode 1, Nosedive. Go watch that. That is the society that we're headed towards. I dare say we already living in. Let's go.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
You see how people already were prepared for this? Y'all want it? They're going to make it to where people are going to beg for this. That young Asian guy just said, We have to be surveilled. We have to be monitored. Listen to what he said. Listen to how programmed, how indoctrinated globally we all have become. Listen to what the young brother say.
It forces us to be. I think being ranked is a good thing. I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
It forces us to be well behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it.
It forces us to behave. It forces us to behave. Y'all remember back in the day when they showed us that movie Demolition Man with Wesley Snipes? Sylvester Stallone, Sandra Bullock, Rob Schneider. Who else played in that movie? Andre, no. What was his name? Armand Asante. No, I'm getting the movies mixed up. No. Armand Asante. That was another movie with him. I'm thinking of the movie. I'm thinking of Judge Dredd with Armand Asante and Sylvester Stallone. Nah, but yeah, you remember that movie, OG, The Demolition Man? When they used to sit, they went like this and shook each other's hands. There was no physical contact. They had sex through human brain computer interfacing. Y'all go pull up a scene from Demolition Man. Pull up the sex scene from Demolition Man between Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone. She said, "You want to have sex?" He said, "Huh?" "I'm inviting you over to my house for sex." She had a little sexy little negligee on, and she said, "Let's have sex." He think he about to smash and bend her over. She handed him a device that they put on their head like this, to where they link and sync to each other through human brain computer interfacing. Y'all remember when Demolition Man came out? Early 90s. It's 2023 now. And through human brain computer interfacing, they synced and linked electronically and had sex. Remember when I tell y'all all the time, I ask y'all, are you having sex or is sex having you? The brain doesn't know the difference between you thinking about having sex, dreaming about having sex, or actually physically, illusory, holographically having sex. And in these societies, y'all, this society we live in now, it's coming. It's here. And how you behave in society is going to determine what you are allowed to do and what you have access to. Healthcare, transportation, employment, housing, loans, education, entertainment. Think about the movie The Hunger Games, the Capitol. Capitulation. Y'all know what kaput means? C-A-P-U-T. Y'all know what kaput means? I keep telling y'all study etymology, man. Study etymology, y'all. Put a 1 in the chat. Let me ask y'all something. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all would look at content, right? That basically was a etymology course online. Put a 1 in the chat if you would be interested in looking at that content. Basically, I'm going to be breaking down the etymology of certain words so we can have a better over, inner, outer understanding of what they mean and what they actually are. Put a 1 in the chat if that's some content that you would be interested in looking at. Because I want y'all to understand the power of words and language or language. You know what I'm saying? Once y'all have an over, inner, outer understanding of the origin of words, man, stuff will start making a lot more sense to y'all. You hear me? Exactly. That's the hierarchy right there. Right? And it's going towards, the society is going towards no middle class. Look at how they're getting rid of the middle class. And this system right here is going to put you either up here or down here. And even if you're somewhere in there, that's not going to be good enough. Because in order for you to function inside society, operate in society, you're going to have above a 700 score. And in order for you to achieve a score of 700 plus, you're going to have to acquiesce and comply with the structure of the system of society. Metaverse, smart grid. Comply or die, literally. Just imagine you not being able to have access to health care because of how you behave, because you don't want to do certain things. And see, it starts off as rudimentary things like littering, smoking in public, and throwing your cigarette butts on the ground. Now it gets to the thought police. Remember, I keep telling y'all about the thought police, the Ministry of Truth, how it's being established right here on YouTube. And we being tricked and manipulated into silencing each other, censoring each other, and doing the absolute worst type of censorship, which is self-censorship. Right? And through these social credit systems, it's going to be the very system in conjunction with the metaverse and the smart grid that is going to be the nail in the coffin. Right? And if they can get away with it in China, which they have, and they are, it's going to be that much more easier in America. It's just all about good timing. This is why everything is being done in the way it's being done. We are being destroyed. Y'all don't even realize it. Y'all don't understand what's going on. Y'all don't see it. Y'all don't see how we are being destroyed from within. Not so much as just America or the American government, but Western civilization as we know it. Because a new structure and a new system is coming in that is non-jurisdictional. It's all ran by the same group, small conglomerate of people. And even amongst themselves, they're going at each other, deciding who's going to run it. But what they're not going to do, or what they're willing to do, is to come to the table, the ones at the very, very top, right, in order to bring about that which benefits everybody, while still having the inner, there's levels to this stuff, y'all. I keep telling y'all, man, tap in and walk with me. Social credit systems. What y'all know about social credit systems, man? And I got to change the title. I said, what y'all know about the coming social credit system? I should say what y'all know about the now present social credit system. Let's go.
And anyway, we don't have a choice. But in an
Teaches us to be well-behaved, to have rules. Good thing. This is a good thing.
For now, the number is a sort of bank credit rating, keeping track of everyone's spending habits.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
It forces us to be well-behaved.
Forces us.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it. And anyway, we don't have a choice.
Damn. Don't even got a choice in the matter. Do we have a choice in America, y'all? Huh? Do we have a choice in America, y'all? Maybe we're not as free as we have been led to think we are. Maybe our society over here isn't as free as we have led to think it is, right? I wonder how many of y'all contemplate that. I want y'all to sit up here and look back over the history of America since we've been alive, just our generation, the early millennial generation. And I want y'all to sit up here and tell me, do y'all not see, especially now that I'm bringing it to your awareness, right? Do y'all, and I know a lot of y'all are critical thinkers, y'all see it too. And this is why I always say our generation is so important, because we are the last generations of humans who knew what the world was like before this transition that's going in. I want y'all to understand what that means and how critical that is and what the implication of that is for us. Just think about that, right? Social credit systems. How you behave and operate and act and conduct yourself in society across the globe is going to determine what you allow to do, have access to, where you live. Look at all the stack 'em, pack 'em housing popping up everywhere. I don't care what state you live in. I don't care what city you live in. Y'all are going to start noticing, y'all seeing in the inner city and in the rural areas as well, sprouting big cities like in Ohio, Columbus, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Dayton, Youngstown, Akron, Newark, Zanesville, Toledo, and all these little small little other areas like lame ass Lima. Oh my God, man. You hear me? This social credit system is going to be global. And they're experimenting and have been experimenting in China for at least, like I say, like at least damn near 10 years. I want y'all to know that these news, audio, video clips, exposés, I'm sure these are from like 3 to 5 years ago. It's not recent stuff, like within this year recent. This is stuff from like, you know what I mean? Let's go.
But in an effort to keep or
They said force. Now I played that, stopped it too to show y'all. Remember when I tell y'all, right, about force. Force doesn't have to be physical. Force doesn't have to be physical force, right? I told y'all mental or moral strength, right? Now think about when I'm talking about HR 1955. See how it's all set up. And you think they ain't got similar legislation in China, very similar to HR 1955? Of course they do. Look what's going on. They're way far ahead than any other governments on the planet. China is spearheading this. They are the most technologically advanced society on earth. Ain't no secret Wakanda nowhere, no damn Africa either, y'all. It's China. Specifically, Beijing, Shanghai, Macau, Zhengzhou. You hear me? Yeah, man. Y'all better do y'all research into this stuff, man.
all of its subjects in line, Beijing is taking the system a step further in 2020. It's aggregating data gathered by banks, private companies, and the state to rate if someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible, the so-called big data, the system will play an important role in rebuilding a moral society.
What's this dude's name? Hold on. What's his name? Lin Junyu, founder of China's social credit theory. Lin Junyu. Y'all go look into who this guy is, man. Hey, man, y'all better go inform yourself on who these people is, man. Lin Junyu. I'm about to put it in the comment section. Lin Junyu. Right? He is the founder of Social credit theory. I wonder who his family is. This is what we talking about. We're talking about putting y'all up on game, man. You hear me? Y'all go look into who this guy is. Go Google him. Go Google this guy, y'all. Lin Junyu. He's the guy that's talking right now on this clip I'm playing. Trust me, you want to go look into who this guy is. Right?
If someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible.
Companies and the state. It's aggregating data line. Beijing is taking the system a step further in 2020. It's aggregating data gathered by banks, private companies, and the state to rate if someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible, the so-called big data, the system will play an important role in rebuilding a moral society.
The state will go over every detail of a person's life with a fine-tooth comb. Their financial situation, spending habits, career, even behavior on social media. Criticizing the government online or displaying outward signs of wealth is a no-no. On the other hand, praising the party or giving blood increases your social credit. Xiao Wen Wang is a model citizen. She lives in Nanjing, a testing ground for social ranking. Married with a child, she has a job in a retirement home, no debts, and she wouldn't dream of jaywalking.
As a good citizen, I respect the rules of the road. If I didn't, I'd lose points on my social credit.
In theory, everything can be taken into account in the social score, even the most innocuous errands like supermarket shopping. When Xiao Wen Wang makes an electronic payment, her purchases tell the state a lot about her. Buying cigarettes would count against her. On the other hand, nappies show she's an attentive mother. Beer could indicate alcoholism. She'd be better off buying water. In this pilot city of 8 million people, there are only 18,000 model citizens.
Did y'all just hear it, man? Are y'all listening to this, man? Social credit systems, man. The smart grid is here. The metaverse is upon us. The Hunger Games societies as well. Tap in and walk with us, man. We're going to, hey, man, I keep telling y'all, this stuff is crazy, man. Pay attention.
When Xiao Wen Wang makes an electronic payment, her purchases tell the state a lot about her.
You're being tracked and traced. We are being tracked and traced. And that's what I'm saying, Uncle Diggy. That's some good insight because all of this whole system is designed to do all of that. We are planned for us to be under strict control. And what's the best way to do that? Depopulation. Huh? What you purchase. Anything that can be tracked and traced. So think about when all this stuff comes in, this is going to create the black market for everything that has been made legal, right? So that just means you're going to get state-sponsored stuff. And even though you're going to be able to buy alcohol and stuff from the state, y'all see where I'm going with this? This is what we've been desensitized and preemptively programmed with membership cards. You know, you got your Kroger card, you got your CVS card, you got your whatever card you got, your membership loyalty cards to get points at Speedway or BP or, you know, Chevron, wherever you go get gas from, Shell, right? UDF, wherever you go. You got the little cards. You get your little discounts. You show them your card and stuff. You get everything you purchase is being tracked and traced. Huh? When you go to the grocery store and you use your Kroger membership plus card and you scan it, you get all the discounts and you just watch the money just fall off like boop, 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 boop. They're tracking and tracing. You think that's not being you think that information is not being archived? That's why they forcing the self-scanning on us. And they're monitoring us as well. So biometrics, y'all pay attention. We being preemptively programmed for this. And I showed y'all that video that I did earlier when I was in Ohio Media School about augmented reality and mixed reality, because that is what we're going to be having, virtual stores where you can activate a special function of your glasses and a augmented mixed reality projected will come up in your in physical reality. This is mixed reality, virtual reality mixed with augmented reality. Mixed reality. So when you got your glasses on, you throw your Dragon Ball Z tracker on and walking down the street, and all types of augmented images will pop up, like the art display I showed y'all in the city. And I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better understand where all this is going. Think about that scene from Back to the Future. Josephine Copeland, what's up, baby? Think about that scene from Back to the Future when Marty McFly was walking in the future in the city, and it was the big 3D, big 7D shark came out of nowhere. It was like Jaws 17 or something like that, and he moved out the way. That's where we're headed. And what you're going to be allowed to do and have access to is going to be determined on how you behave. And it's going to indoctrinate people to make them acquiesce into conforming to societal structure of this new system that I've been telling people about, been telling y'all about for you. It ain't just me, but I'm talking about me, my circle, where I'm from. People, y'all know what I mean. I've been telling y'all about this stuff. And I told you it's going to come a point where it becomes so blatant and so obvious. It's going to be right in our face. You can't deny it because it's right here. Social credit systems. Y'all better understand what this means and what the implications of this is. Most of us are poor. I want y'all to understand that. Most of us, or in the economic stages, we're considered to be the working poor. Everybody has been deceived, being manipulated, basically scared into getting up their credit score. Y'all think it's just to get a house. We already been programmed for this. In order for us to get a house, we have to be able to get a loan from the bank. To get a loan from the bank, you have to have and meet certain requirements, certain criteria. And if you don't, you won't get it. So we already been preemptively programmed for this. This is just on a wider scale right here with this social credit system. Now it's getting down, see, first, and then you got to think that's even determined from how you behave, because in order for you to get a certain credit score to be able to get a down payment, to get a loan for a down payment on a house, you have to have behaved a certain way to achieve that situation to where it's work out for you, to where you could get a loan for the down payment from the bank on your house. Right? Now they're putting it to where we're about to be getting assigned housing, which we already been preemptively programmed for if you've been on welfare, Section 8. We already are prepared for this, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah. We've already been prepared for this, y'all. Right? If you on Section 8, it's a certain area, certain housing, certain regions of the city, certain sections and sides of the city that you can live on. That's assigned housing. If you are a senior citizen who gets Social Security, you live in assigned housing at the various places for elderly, right, people Like we got all these buildings around my city, like I know y'all got them around y'all's, where basically old folks live or elderly people, right, who get Social Security. Y'all know the type of homes I'm talking about, the type of high rises I'm talking about. Assigned housing, right? You on Section 8, you got to move to wherever they move to. If you live in public housing, that's assigned housing. If you live on a college campus in the dormitory, I could sit up in here and break down the etymology on the word dormitory, right? You've already been preemptively programmed for assigned housing, right? I'm sitting up here trying to tell y'all, man, we've already been preemptively programmed for this stuff, right? And as y'all see, it's being implemented in society heavy, right? And we are so, some of us have been so programmed, and it always goes back to this scene that I'm about to play from The Matrix, right? Listen to what this girl's saying over here in Asia, China.
Buying cigarettes, when Wong makes an electronic payment, her purchases tell the state a lot about her. Buying cigarettes would count against her. On the other hand, nappies show she's an attentive mother. Beer could indicate alcoholism. She'd be better off buying water. In this pilot city of 8 million people, there are only 18,000 model citizens.
Out of 18 million people, out of 8 million people, hold on, let's get that right.
She'd be better off buying water. In this pilot city of 8 million people, there are only 18,000 model citizens.
Out of a population of 8 million, there's only 18,000 model citizens. Out of a city of 18, out of city of, now she said a pilot city. Did y'all catch that? She said a pilot city. C4, y'all hear me talk about C40 cities? Man, y'all better, man, don't trip, rest assured, I got y'all, right? I'm gonna put y'all up on game, man. You hear me? Out of a city of population 8 million, only 1,800 of them, or 18,000 of them, are model citizens. Do y'all understand what that means and what that is implicative of? That's roughly 1% of the population, right? Give or take or whatever, right? 8 million people, only 18,000 of them are model citizens. And I want y'all to pay attention to this, man. This is coming to America already here, I dare say, in some aspects, right? Let's go.
For Xiao Wen Wong, there are perks to be had, such as paying half price for the bus.
I get discounts for all public services, even at museums. And the library is free for me, thanks to my school.
A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
It's a matter of principle. Those people have to be condemned.
Those people aren't honest, so they have to pay the price.
It's only right to pay your debts. You have to blacklist those that don't.
The Supreme Court has created a blacklist for so-called bad citizens, those whose ratings have dropped to 0. On it are companies, but also 23 million people to date. Among them is this journalist Liu Hu. He got a little too close to uncover corruption among high-profile party members. After being sued for defamation by the subject of a story he'd written, he was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried to buy a train ticket and was told he was banned from traveling.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist.
Punished because he's been branded untrustworthy by the state.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
You, who is among...
Huh? Did y'all hear that? I was going to get this tattooed on me, man, but I changed my mind. I'm not getting no more tattoos. You hear me? Did y'all just hear that, man? I told y'all they're going to use the lamestream media to destroy the lamestream media. Y'all hear me say this? I don't be saying this stuff just to say it and sound slick. I mean that. They're using the lamestream media to destroy the lamestream media all over the world. This guy was a reporter in China, in Beijing, who basically exposed some information on the government doing some very questionable things. And because of that, he was blacklisted. This is what I talk about when I talk about George Orwell's concept in his book 1984 of non-persons. Y'all hear me say the word non-content? In George Orwell's 1984, there was the concept of non-persons, or what we know as in our society as persona non grata. And I was going to get that tattooed on my neck. Oh, what side? Yeah, this side. I was going to get it on this side, but I'm not getting no more tattoos, so I changed my mind. Persona non grata, a person not or one not desired by the state. That is literally what that means in Latin Vulgate. Persona non grata. This is what the theory or concept of non-persons is in 1984, and this is what they're talking about right now through the social credit system, turning you into a non-person, taking you off the grid. You don't want to be connected to the smart grid system. How long I've been talking about this, man? You don't want to be a part of the system. You don't want to acquiesce and comply and behave and do as you told. We're going to kick you off the grid. No access to nothing. No health care, no housing, no jobs. Your school. See how we're going to be forced to comply? See how they're coming for our children, to indoctrinate our children, turning our kids into spies, the spies from 1984, how the parents were terrified of their children because the children were agents of the state. And the parents were terrified of their children because their children would watch their every move. And the children being brought up in this system, being indoctrinated at the schools, or what they call the spies, with the ideology of the system. Look what's going on in schools now with the whole LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda. They got it in our schools. They got transformers in our schools, reading stories to our kids. You understand me? They got goddamn it. Your little boy can be a girl. Your little girl can be a boy. It could be both. They could be neither. They could be all. And if you as a parent tell your little girl, no, you're a girl, you're not a boy. You can't be a boy. You'll never be a boy. You as the parent can get held to scrutiny for that. And you have the threat of your job or your livelihood or your social acceptance. Huh? We've been preemptively prepared for this, y'all. A lot of y'all are going to fight for and defend and protect this system. Huh? Morpheus talked about y'all when he was telling Neo about the Matrix. Inspector Gadget. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Inspector Gadget. How long I've been telling y'all about this stuff, and I'm not going to stop. Now listen, persona non gratas, non-persons. Now, what y'all think they're going to do to me? Let me tell y'all something, man. It takes great courage to cam up and say the type of stuff that I say and talk the type of talking heavy, like how I do, like how my brother Red do, like how Jap do, like how Sinful did, Rest in the Essence, like how Kevin did, Rest in the Essence. Gotta give him his respect, man, to an extent. Angry Man. Right? Tariq Nasheed. Tommy Sotomayor. Right? Think how dangerous this is going to become. I've been telling y'all about this for a long time, man. It's going to become dangerous, I dare say criminal, to tell the truth. And the ministry of truth is being established right through YouTube. And you niggas is helping to make it happen. Y'all going to fight and defend and protect this system with your very life. Just like this girl over here in Asia talking about. It's up to you, Inspector Gadget. Gonna be up to you.
A tiny minority of people
It's only right to pay your debt.
lose rights.
I get discounts for all public services, even at museums. And the library is free for me, thanks to my school.
A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names...
Did y'all hear what they just said? People with low scores lose rights. Do y'all understand how demonic this system that we being indoctrinated and perceptually programmed and prepared to be in, already in? Y'all understand how demonic this is, man? Y'all understand how dangerous it's going to be, how it's becoming to stay the truth? And y'all helping it happen. Censoring each other, censoring yourselves, telling people what they can't say, being offended by anything, imposing your ideologies onto each other. Telling people what they can say, what they can't say. Oh, this is offensive. That's inappropriate. That's unacceptable. You can't speak on this. Canceling people, getting their books took off the shelves, getting their shows canceled, getting their business transactions and things they got going on canceled, getting people fired from their jobs. Y'all don't even understand we are being tricked into doing it to ourselves. If you think I'm gonna sit and be quiet about it, y'all got me fucked up, man. Good little worker bees, Uncle Diggity. Good little slaves. Policing each other. And all they gotta do is just sit back and watch and set the system in place. And the system, once we are synced and linked through it, through the metaverse, human brain computer interfacing, digital DNA downloading, storage, genetic modification, biological, biomechanical, biophysical, physiological upgrades and enhancements. Huh? Just think how much more easier it's going to be able to control you when you are synced and linked through human brain computer interfacing to a augmented mixed reality. Think about that scene from Captain America Civil War when Tony Stark was displaying his augmented technology when it was a scene of him back in the day talking to his pops. He was doing the TED Talk. Augmented reality, mixed reality, virtual reality, the metaverse. Like I said, human brain computer interfacing. This is deep. Oh, man, I thank the Most High for blessing me with this, man. It's a beautiful gift, man. I appreciate it, and I'm humble. That's why I'm sharing it with y'all, man. You hear me? Putting y'all up on game, man. You understand me? Social credit systems. Persona non grata. Non-persons. Look how happy they are to acquiesce and comply and be good little slaves. You get perks. You get discounts. Just like now when we go to Kroger and we use our little membership card, our loyalty card, you know what I mean? We get discount on 10 off of this or buy 10 of these for a certain amount of price, or, you know, and you sit there and you just watch the price just dwindle when you use your membership card. And it's all imaginary discounts because they can actually charge whatever the hell they want to charge. You dig? I want y'all to pay attention to this stuff, man. And I'm not letting up, ever. You hear me? Let's go.
And shames people considered
and the library is free for me, thanks to my school.
A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights.
People with low scores lose their rights. And lose your rights. So if you don't comply with the social credit system that's here and coming to America as well, you will lose your rights to housing, your rights to employment, your rights to public transportation, your rights to medical attention, your rights to medical access to, you know, going to the hospital for whatever you may need to go to the doctor for. Do y'all understand this? Y'all understand where this is leading to? Y'all understand what this means, what the implications of this is? Demon time, it has been prophesied, so really it's going to happen, but doesn't mean you don't have to be aware of the knowledge of time. Exactly. Exactly, Inspector Gidget. And Inspector Gidget, you want to know how I know you a woman or a female? Because if you are a man, and I sit up here and say it, if you a man or a woman, see, a man is going to let it be known that he's a man. That's how I know you a woman or a female. You know what I'm talking about? Just wanted to throw that out there. You know what I'm talking about? It's all good. I understand anonymity. I understand all of that. But listen, in 2023, y'all, we ain't got time for anonymity. We ain't got time for, and I'm going to say this, and this might offend a lot of y'all out there, but I'm not trying to offend y'all. I'm just being honest. Anonymity is anonymous with cowardice to certain degrees, especially when we coming in now. You got to it's going to be some of us who are going to have to stick our necks out and our chests out and say what has to be said, what needs to be said, regardless of the consequences or the scrutiny that may be experienced as a result thereof. My skin is thick and I'm prepared for it, so it's whatever with me. Right? And that's part of the programming right there. That statement right there, this will further lets me know that you're a female. That statement right there, it does matter. But then again, it doesn't, because like I say, in the metaverse, y'all, you don't know who you dealing with. You're not actually physically interacting. So in the metaverse, and see how we're being preemptively programmed to interact with each other digitally, holographically, electronically, through social engineering. So just think when we synced and linked through our brains to this very system. Just like in the movie Ready Player One, you won't know who you're dealing with. This is what the LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda is all about. Not about people being free and expressing how they really are and who they really are. It's about confusing people about what they are and about such things, so they grow up in a society or get used to a society where there is no gender. Pay attention when I say that. That's what this is about, because in the metaverse, social engineering, comment sections on YouTube, you don't know if you're talking to a person who's a male or female. Although a real one like me can tell, but some of y'all can't or don't. And this right here, this interaction, this is preemptive programming for the metaverse. Right? And then we get statements, and I'm not trying to rag on you, nothing, Inspector Gidget. I'm just saying, it really doesn't matter. And you're right, to some extent. Like in the metaverse, it won't matter if you're a male or female in the metaverse. Just like that, remember I showed y'all the trailer for Black Mirror. Once again, Black Mirror, Netflix. They have an episode on there, the third season, episode 1. I believe it's called Striking Vipers. It got your boy Anthony Mackie in it, and I can't remember the other dude that play in it, but he playing a lot of other movies, right? And they was doing the Striking Vipers, where they were through human brain computer interfacing. They were playing a fully immersed holographic augmented virtual reality game, right, called Striking Vipers, where it was fully interactive, immersed, and they were actually physically through avatars, digital 712D holographic technology, right, interacting with each other through human brain computer interfacing. And I want y'all to notice, when y'all watch Black Mirror, y'all going to notice that the recurring theme is human brain computer interfacing. And in Striking Vipers, these two guys who were in college with each other, grew up with each other, whatever, and went off after college to go do this and do that. And they meet up years later. Now they're playing the same game they used to play in the dorm. When they stayed in the dorm with each other, the same fighting game. Now it's become a more advanced, fully immersed, augmented mixed reality, virtual reality game where you can play it through human brain computer interfacing. Man, y'all watch Striking Vipers? So the one black guy was the girl fight character. The one black dude was the guy character. And they started having sex with each other holographically, digitally, electronically, via human brain computer interface. And just like in Demolition Man, when Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone had sex by putting the devices on their head. Now think about X-Men and Professor X and Cerebro. What my man Uncle Diggity say? Sci-fi is the real horror genre. Augmented reality and unnatural things. The whole ghost and slasher flick thing was a smokescreen. Yeah, that was to desensitize you, demoralize you, perception, prepare you to experience extreme gore, extreme I'm gonna just say extreme gore, right? This is why we getting shown all these things about zombie apocalypses and slasher movies and all these video games, House of Horrors, all these zombie video games where you got Resident Evil and all that type of stuff. This is why we've been shown this imagery to perceptually prepare us desensitize us, preemptively program us to be connected to the smart grid, interact through the metaverse, through human brain computer interfacing, through a social credit system where how we behave in the metaverse is going to determine what we're allowed to do, not only in the metaverse, but in actual reality. Watch the movie Ready Player One. Go watch the movie Ready Player One, y'all. Now, mind y'all, Ready Player One in that movie is based and set in Columbus, Ohio. Huh? I'm glad y'all, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in and walking with me, though, for real. Don't even, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever get it twisted, y'all. I'm humble and I respect it, man. You hear me? I respect that y'all taking time out of y'all's busy day and life to come tap in with me. Let's go.
The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
It's a matter of
doxing, public doxing, governmental, societal, structural doxing. Y'all see how we being programmed on every aspect of human behavior at the whole time? The unintelligent artificial intelligence is watching this, is monitoring this, it is downloading this, it is mimicking this, repeating this, mocking this, copying this, manufacturing this, and feeding it back to us, regurgitation, recycling of fecal matter, recycle, Lucifer. Man, y'all better tap in and walk with me, man. Ain't too many people breaking this shit down, even talking about this stuff to y'all, man. And I'll do this and I'll talk about it in the way I do because I want y'all to realize how dangerous it is becoming and going to end up being to speak and talk heavy like this. We starting to see it already now. Look how YouTube switched their guidelines up for 2023, man. What I've been telling y'all about freedom of speech. And if we are going to sit up here and exacerbate, amplify, go along with the censorship of freedom of speech by being so offended and telling each other what we can and can't say, what's acceptable, what's appropriate, we are helping the unintelligent artificial intelligence become that much more sentient. And if the unintelligent artificial intelligence is mimicking and copying us, what does that say about us as humans? Look how the unintelligent artificial intelligence is manifesting. Look what it's doing. Over there in China especially. You got these people so indoctrinated, like I say, people are going to fight and die and protect the Matrix, even though the Matrix is the very system of their enslavement. And you're not free. This isn't freedom. Nobody's more in prison than those who falsely believe that they are free.
Principle. Those people have to be condemned.
Those people aren't honest, so they have to pay the price.
See how they turning us against each other? Those people, he threw his cigarette butt on the ground. He can't be trusted. This is turning us into spies. We are turning against each other. This is the theory and the paradigm of the Ouroboros. This is the nature of the mind of Lucifer, Satan, the devil, who is manifesting himself as the unintelligent artificial intelligence, which is permeating every aspect of our reality. And we're seeing it manifest through this social credit system, hexagonal, tetragrammaton paradigm. You did? Do y'all understand what I'm saying to y'all?
It's only right to pay your debts. You have to blacklist those that don't.
The Supreme Court has created a
We doing it to
blacklist
each
for
other.
so-called bad citizens. those whose ratings have dropped to 0. On it are companies, but also 23 million people to date. Among them, he was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried, after being sued for a little too 0. On it are companies, but also 23 million people to date.
23 million Chinese citizens in the cities in China that are implementing and have implemented social credit systems are being affected by this. 23 million people who don't have access to public transportation, healthcare, proper education for their children, employment, housing. Do y'all understand what this means? Exactly. See, I'm saying, Inspector Gidget, we've been preemptively programmed over here in America. It's just not so much. It's not as advanced. It's not as severe as it is in China. Oh, but it's coming. Oh, it's coming. See, we've been being hit and stuff like that, Inspector Gidget. Stuff like that, right? What you just said. Those are the little, you know, those are the little things, that little shock tests. You hear me? They call it shock testing. Y'all do some research or go read the first chapter of Behold a Pale Horse, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars. Y'all go on Google and Google Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars PDF, and y'all read that. In the first chapter in that book, or in Bill Cooper's Behold a Pale Horse, is Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars, right? Definitely psyops. Y'all hear? Yeah, you already know. You've been paying attention and watching the content, Inspector Gidget. You hear me? Psychological operations. Every military branch in America has a psyops division. If y'all recall, I done told y'all about that movie, came out a few years ago, called Men Who Stare at Goats. Huh? Michael Aquino, Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino of the U.S. Army and U.S. Army Intelligence was one of the first pioneering Army officers into the PSYOPs division. He is the leader of the Satanic Church. Michael Aquino is still alive to this day. He is a retired Lieutenant Colonel from the Army, highly decorated, highly active in Vietnam. So, yeah, and this is what I'm saying, man, y'all. I understand anonymity. You hear me? I over, inner, outer, extra stand the concept, the ideology of anonymity. But if I was to sit down here and break down the etymology of the word anonymous or anonymity or anonym, that's another topic for another day. But let me tell y'all why anonymity is a lie from the pit of hell. Anonymity is synonymous with secrecy. Secrecy didn't come from the Most High. Yeshua operated out in the open. Everything he didn't hide anything. So to operate in secrecy, by the very nature, is repugnant, like our homie JFK said. I just want to encourage y'all to stop being so damn anonymous, because it's coming to a point where it's going to become dangerous to speak. And look, at what's stake: your job, your livelihood, where you live, where you work, what you can eat, what you can buy, what you got access to. If you can go to get health care, if you can get a loan from the bank, if you can use the bus, if you can use the train, if you can book a flight. Right? Let me find out you somebody I know using a residual self-image that we call Inspector Gadget /Gidget. Let me tell y'all something, man. My name is Virgil Berry. Virgil L. Berry II. I have nothing to hide. I'm an open book. I want you to understand the courage it takes to come up and speak and talk heavy on a platform like YouTube. So everybody who be perusing these comment sections, y'all have the right to say what y'all want to say. I'm never going to be the person to tell you. I don't do censorship. Right? I want everybody to say whatever it is they want to say, however they want to say it. But let me tell y'all something coming into 2023. That anonymity thing, incognito, secret thing, we destroying that. We cutting that demon's head off. Cam up. Use a picture of you as an avatar. If you can't talk heavy and speak and say your comments and put yourself to the scrutiny that us actual content creators do, shut up. Your opinion means nothing and it don't matter. Because we getting into times where it's becoming dangerous to say the truth. There's going to be severe, serious consequences and repercussions by just saying what it is. And if you ain't willing to do that and put it all at risk, shut up. And go ahead and acquiesce and bow down like these people over here in Asia is trying to tell you to do. I ain't going. I'm going to tell you to not rebel. I'm not going to tell you rebel. I'm not going to tell you to what's the word? What I be? I'm not going to tell y'all to fight back. I'm not going to tell y'all to resist. Because in order to resist, you got to be pushing against or away from something. I'm telling y'all to non-comply, non-acquiesce. We just ain't having it. We ain't putting up with it. We're not involved with it. We ain't doing it. And that takes huge, huge testicular and ovarian fortitude. At the risk of having somewhere to live, at the risk of having employment, at the risk of everything else. How many of y'all is going to stick up and stand your punk ass chests out? Huh? All y'all fake tough people on this here internet, this YouTube, talking all the stuff y'all talking about. Most of y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about when you're talking about whatever you're talking about. All these echo chambers. Telling people what they can and can't say, what should be said, what shouldn't be said, what's acceptable, what's appropriate. All this leading to social credit systems where we're going to be policing each other like how we're doing now. And then it's going to lead to things like what's going on in China right now. Heavy in society. Oh, you don't want to comply? Huh? Oh, you want to, and y'all see what's going on when we don't want to comply with this whole LGBTQ thing and many other things. You see what happens when we don't want to comply. Look at this dude, man. He didn't want to comply.
Among them is this journalist Liu, who...
He's a journalist, y'all. Pay attention. Non-content creating ass broads and dudes. We are considered, whether you consider yourself or not, we are considered to be as content creators on YouTube. Most of y'all are non-content creators. That's an Orwellian term. Just like a lot of people are going to be considered, like myself, non-persons, persona non grata. Right? When you creating content, man, you are a journalist by default. Right? The mainstream media, which YouTube and social media, social engineering is mainstream media, right up there with like Fox and everything else. It's right neck and neck. It's not so alternative anymore. It's mainstream now. Right? Do y'all see the connection and the similarities? Journalists, nigga, they're going to use mainstream media to destroy mainstream media and they're using journalism to destroy it. Freedom of speech, which is connected to your freedom of thinking. Y'all hear me say this stuff all the time, man. I'm not going to ever change up. I'm going to continue to say what I'm saying, man. Because I have the testicular fortitude to say what has to be said, and I ain't worried about nothing. I've been to prison before, y'all. I know how to survive off of very little and meager means. If this was to all go to shit now, I'm going to be all right. Matter of fact, I would probably thrive because I know how to survive off the land, off grid. Right? That's why I talk heavy like how I do. So, you know what I'm saying, man? Y'all better, man, let's go back to this. Hold on.
Bring corruption among high-profile party members. After being sued for defamation by the subject of a story he'd written, he was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried to buy a train ticket and was told he was banned from traveling.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist.
Punished because he's been branded untrustworthy by the state.
Persona non grata, non-persons, 1984, George Orwell. I done sit up here and told y'all need to read that book. I done sit up here and told y'all need to read that book, 1984 by George Orwell. This is persona non grata. This is the concept of non-persons. Those not desired by the state.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
So think about that, y'all. You're not going to be able to get a loan from the bank. You're going to be denied access to housing, access to employment, access to education and schooling for your children, which was one of the tenets of UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability. And if you cannot maintain a good score, if you can't maintain a good social credit score and behave and acquiesce and comply to the parameters and the rules and regulations of the system, your kids will be denied access to education, which means you will be deemed unsustainable as a parent for them, and they will be taken over by the state. It's demonic. The system is so demonic, man. This system is demonic. This ain't nothing but LSD. This whole structure that's coming in, it is demonic in its structure, in its origin, and how it's put together. It is the very mind of Lucifer, Satan, the devil. I got an idea what me and my pops going to talk about for Spiritual Root Sunday this Sunday coming up. Listen, y'all, man, I appreciate y'all coming out, man. You hear me? I talk heavy like this, y'all, for lots of reasons, man. I talk heavy like this for lots of reasons, man. One, because I can. It's my choice to do. And this is why LSD is so jealous of us. Because we have a choice. Because I could choose to do something different. I could choose to be on LSD side. But I rebuke and I would never. Not again. You hear me? Huh? Y'all remember in the Matrix? At the last scene of Matrix Revolutions, when Agent Smith is fighting Neo. And it seems that Agent Smith has fully assimilated LSD. Lucifer, Satan, the devil LSD, has fully assimilated the Matrix. Every person in the Matrix was taken over by Agent Smith. Man, y'all better walk with me, man. Ain't nobody gonna break this shit down to y'all like this and connect these dots, man. Agent Smith, aka Lucifer, Satan, the devil, fighting against Neo, aka Yeshua Hamashiach Yahawashi, in order for him to realize who he was and balance the system, he had to go back to the source. Agent Smith, being a rogue agent, fallen angel, jealous because he doesn't have the ability to choose like we in the Matrix do, assimilated himself, copied himself, and took over that reality of the Matrix to where we get to the last final movie in Matrix Revolution is Neo, Yeshua Hamashiach, fighting against Agent Smith, LSD, Lucifer, Satan, the devil, and all of his demon. Different versions of himself, but the same. Man, y'all better tap in and walk with me, man. And he's beaten. It seems he's getting the best. This is a huge, one of the longest fight scenes in cinematic history, right? They fighting in the sky. They fighting them. They do blah, 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 blah. Ground force demons, air force demons. You hear what I'm saying? Right? And it appears at one point, Agent Smith is beating Neo. At one point, Neo Smith, they seem to be equally matched, but at some point, Agent Smith always seems to appear to get the best of Neo. But he never does, because what? What does Neo say to Agent Smith as they're fighting in this last big, huge fight scene in Matrix Revolutions Part 3? He's saying, why? Why? Why do you persist? And Neo simply says, because I choose to. That's my favorite movie series of all time. You hear me? Yes, yes. I know, Inspector Gadget. You feel me? I appreciate that y'all can see that, right? Agent Smith, no matter how illusory, no matter how it seemed that Agent Smith, he just duplicated himself and kept duplicating himself until he completely assimilated and consumed every residual self-image connected to the Matrix. But when it came to Neo, Neo would not acquiesce. Neo would not comply. Why? Because he chose not to. See, Agent Smith doesn't have a choice. He has to do what he has to do. He doesn't get to decide to do anything else. Therefore, in the Matrix reality, he only has power over that which is given or perceived. Y'all better tap in and walk with me, man. So now we getting here to the social credit system, which is going to be the very same system that is going to indoctrinate and enslave all of us to levels that we can't even imagine. But we can, because it's actually happening. And I didn't even mean for that to rhyme, y'all. Right? Tap in and walk with me, y'all. I appreciate y'all being here tonight, man. You hear me? Click on the bell, subscribe to the page, smash that like button, man. Share on your social engineering. If anybody ever wants to get at me, you have a question, right? If you want a consultation, a one-on-one, if there's something you would like for me to look at or into, hit me up, right? On the Yahoo email, right? Hit me up on the email, y'all. I'm about to put it on the screen right now. It's in my about section too. Going over there to the other YouTube page as well, y'all. All right. Go over there to the other YouTube page as well. Subscribe to that. It's in the about section over there too. Y'all go to the about section on my this page, and I got my email in there. Everything you need to get in contact with me is in my about section. Get at me. I check my emails daily, multiple times a day. You hear me? And if you really want to get in contact with me, you know what I'm saying, hit out, DM me on any social media platform. It's just Virgil Berry. You know what I'm talking about? And that's in the about section. Well, just DM me. You hear me? I'm sitting here trying to tell y'all where this stuff is coming, man, where this stuff is going to. Right? You know? Like my pops always say, we all stars. It just depends on how bright you want to shine. Right? Now the thing is not to shine for your own glory. Right? Tomorrow night, Thursday night, ladies' night. Ooh, I ain't gonna lie, I've been waiting for this one. Oh man. Let's finish listening to this.
You, who is among a tiny minority of people who have dared to criticize the system, which some are calling a digital dictatorship.
I worry because I think many people like me will be deprived of individual freedoms, and all of us will live with restrictions of one kind or another.
After our meeting, Yu Hu learned that his name had been removed from the blacklist, but he still has a long way to go if he doesn't want to languish at the bottom of the social credit hierarchy.
The social credit system is here, y'all. You hear me? Go over there and subscribe to the Real Talk Pod class, because that's where I'm gonna be doing the I'm gonna put stuff together for y'all over there, man. We're gonna be doing a lot of like real life breaking down over there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have an etymology class over there. I'm gonna have a critical thinking. I'm gonna just start putting together little seminars, little builds for y'all specifically on certain things to, you know, for y'all can use for tools to improve on such things for yourself, like improve your critical thinking, improve your deductive reasoning, improve your process of elimination skills, you know what I'm saying? Improve your oratory skills, your communication skills, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Improve your knowledge. Glitch the guarantee in the building. What it do, man? You know what I'm talking about? My brother Glitch in the building. We about to get up out of here, though, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, we're going to start doing that over there at Real Talk Podcast, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Just to get something popping over there this weekend. I'm going to do something on Saturday, something special, man. Y'all want to tap in for that. I'm going to make a post about it when I get back here in the morning. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to do that over there at Real Talk Podcast, and we're going to discuss this very intriguing topic. I ain't even going to talk about it. I ain't gonna talk about it because I ain't seen too many people speaking on this, and you know how you non-content creating dog people is, man. I'm gonna try to keep this what I got as exclusive as I can, right? I ain't gonna speak on it. I kind of already said too much already, right? But if y'all tap in and walk with me, y'all already gonna be hip to it. Y'all can go catch it right now. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, man. Listen, man, go over there to Real Talk Podcast and subscribe to that right now, man. You hear me? Support your interests. Shout out to the homie Angry Man for saying that. You hear me? I agree. One thing that I agree with the brother on is that. Support your interests, right? Support each other. Brownie, if you still listening, baby girl, come on up. My platform is your platform. You hear me? Anybody else? Y'all want to come tap in? I'm about to have some more interviews coming up. Y'all see how I interview real people. I'm not trying, man. Got some more interviews coming up. You hear me? So, yeah, man, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all tap in and walk with me, man. You hear me? Tomorrow night, we going in. Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. Oh, wait, this is what I'm saying, man. Shout out to my brother Jack, because Jack the only dude who be willing to go to where, you know what I'm saying, he one of the only dudes I see that's willing to go to the levels where I'm willing to go when we talking about certain things, man. We're going to have these discussions, man. You hear me? Yeah. You did. Shout out to the homie Jack, man. You know what I'm talking about? Tomorrow show is going to be, some of y'all might have already seen it. If y'all tapping in with me, man, subscribe, man. You hear me? Hit that bell so you get the notifications. Click the all so you get all the notifications, man. You know, I schedule my show a week in a row. You deal me? You hear me? Tomorrow night show, huh? Oh, man. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to talk about it too, man. You know what I'm talking about? Tomorrow night show. This is the name of the show. This is going to be the topic of the show. We going straight to it. Confusing the hell out of the unintelligent artificial intelligence. They don't know what to do. They just know to do. You hear me? They don't know what to do. They just know to do. I'm going to come up and I'm going to say that 3 more times on my Umar shit. The unintelligent artificial intelligence knows what to do, right? They don't know who to do or who to do, but they don't know what to do, right? You feel me, OG? Tomorrow we're going to talk about it, y'all. You understand me? Y'all see the title of tomorrow's show. And y'all see I got rest in the essence to my brother, right? Russell Jones, man. You feel me? Rest in the essence to my brother Russell Jones, man, a.k.a. Old Dirty Bastard, ODB, Dirt McGirt, Big Baby Jesus, A-Son Unique. You hear me? Rest in the essence to my brother, man. Infinite-minded brother. Oh, Dirty, man. Dirty was he was an infinite-minded brother. He said, I spent a lot of money on this suit. Rest of the essence of ODB. All our real ones be gone, man. Right? Tomorrow night on the show, we're going to be discussing this. How y'all think? What y'all think about that? You got to have a test of testicular fortitude to say what needs to be said and bring up what needs to be brought up. Oh, you already know the link is definitely going to be dropped tomorrow. Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Shimmy, y'all. Shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Off for that natural call for my yards. You know what I'm talking about? Wu-Tang Killer Bees on swamp. We're going to get to it. I told y'all, rest in the essence to my brother Sinful. Sinful made a video before his untimely passing, and he specifically said this, and I said this too, and I totally agree. And I want y'all to understand that I'm going to speak for Sinful on this. One thing, when we speak from this aspect and when we talk about this, it's not from a place of hurt. It's not from a place of pain or nothing like that. Although we have those experiences, I'm sure Sinful did with his fear experiences and share. But that's not the reason why we saying we do now. We do what we say and do now because of experience and to put people on game and to expose and shine the light on and to hold to account like how men's supposed to do. right? And one thing my brother Sinful said he was going to be doing for 2023 was holding the bitch accountable. And over here at A-Real Talk, we always going to do that. Oh, we're going to hold you niggas accountable too. We're going to hold males accountable too. Don't make no mistake. Oh, but we definitely in 2023, we holding the bitch. We holding the batch. Like my brother Uncle Diggity said, or should I say, like my brother Sir Ism say, shout out to my brother Sir Ism. We're going to hold the batch accountable. And we want to know, why do most women like it raw? Why do most women love it raw? Who y'all know gonna talk about stuff like this, man? I only know a few. Not only who do you know gonna talk about stuff like this, but who do you know can talk about? Who's qualified to speak on this? A lot of you niggas just ain't qualified to even talk about such a controversial subject. You just don't know what the hell you talking about. Because a lot of you niggas is no coochie getting ass niggas. Y'all would not be able to speak on such a thing. You don't even understand. I mean, you can speak on it from a statistic, technical data, but not an actual experience like how I can. And we're going to get to it tomorrow. Josephine said, oh my. You did. Tap in and walk with me, y'all. We going there tomorrow, man. 7 p.m. It's going to be a beautiful situation. Oh, it's going to be very interesting. Trust me. You hear me? And we going in tomorrow, man. And I want some of y'all women to sit up here and display the ovarian fortitude to tell us this, answer this question for us. Because we want to know. We already know. We just want to hear it from y'all. And why do y'all love it raw? Hey, man. Thanks y'all for coming out, man. You did. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. We're going to get straight to it tomorrow, man. You know, tone back. Yeah. Ooh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Yeah. What say you? Oh, man. Right. Leave y'all with this, man. Hit the like button, man. Click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Smash that like button. Share your social engineering, man.
E&E. Stacks with the facts. What up, Stacks? I got my man Mr. Guarantee on the track with me. Mr. Guarantee. Yeah. We bringing this message to you fake woke niggas. Gotta wake these niggas up, man. All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda. Niggas believe in it. Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin A. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up. Time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin A. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up. Time to wake them up. I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from your slumber. Up with an airy fake woke niggas, y'all dumbass niggas. Drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's be immediately. We the wake them up henchmen. A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah. Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these 40s. And illusory fault lines like racism. And bring light to the woke, just like a baptism. The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop off. Niggas really be lame to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemy. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up. Time to wake them up. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. So I dance around them like my name was Alvin Ailey. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily. Alarm clock, wake them up. Time to wake them up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake them up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast. In every post, I'll be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We got a fake stack. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination. Fuck this pandemic. This was a damn gimmick. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga. And that's the biggest fact, which you better tell them niggas. Listen, in the 2030, it's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new green deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. You want they red pill.